Alright, back again, and today I'd like to show you how you can fix a Neo-Geo CD disc reading problem, whether it be the disc doesn't read or doesn't spin or something of that nature. Now it's a really rare case that it'll happen to these Neo-Geo CDs because they're built really sturdy, really well. But from time to time you'll find a Neo-Geo CD, or you'll have a Neo-Geo CD that just doesn't read the disc or doesn't spin the disc. You'll put it in, close the cover, and you'll get nothing. So it's not a big problem. It's not anything that's really major, but I'll try and show you how you can fix that problem. Now with these things here, there is just 4 Phillips screws in the whole unit, and there's 2 on the bottom, and then there's 2 more on the front or the top part here, so you can see them over in the corner. Once you remove these Phillips screws, you have to pull up from the back and then kind of slide the front part forward, and you can get the system to open up. Now the main part that we're going to be looking at is actually the front of the system, and that is the laser itself sometimes winds up sticking, which is one common problem. The way that you can do, or the way that you can kind of fix this problem is using just a regular cotton swab. You can go around it and wiggle it back and forth a few times, things of that nature, and it should start to move back and forth freely again. Also, the bars on the lens itself sometimes get dry and don't allow the laser to move back and forth really freely. So put some kind of grease around the gears or around the bar, and once you do that, the laser should move back and forth freely. But if that's not your problem, if the laser is detecting something, but it's just not spinning the disc, that might be a totally different problem. And that problem is usually the result of this right here, or in the top part you got a pin right here. It's a small plastic pin. Always check to see if your lid has that pin still attached to it. Sometimes what happens is that pin gets broke off, and you never realize it. When you close the door shut, you think, wow, it's locked in place and everything should be going, but why isn't it working? Well, one problem could be this pin being broke off here. And if your pin's alright, and this part here looks alright, the next thing you want to do is try to flip it over. What I'll do is I'll remove this strap here to make it easier. On the bottom here of that gray pin, you're going to see it's held in by a clip, small clip here. But what happens over time, because this is a plastic pin, this plastic pin pushes down on the board itself, and it pushes down on this lever. This is the same lever as in most systems that tells the system that the door is closed and the disc can spin. Well, what happens with this plastic pin here is over time it begins to bevel, and the plastic part begins to kind of squish. And when it does that, it creates a free space between this and the switch itself. So the switch will go down about this far, but it doesn't actually make contact and say that the door is closed until it goes down all the way. So what you're having is you're having the pin go down, but it's not going down enough to where the disc will spin. Or in some cases you'll have the disc spin just a little bit and it'll stop. What this lever needs to do is go all the way down. So how can you fix this plastic piece? Well, very simply, there's a hole in the bottom of this plastic pin here, and it's just the right size to where if you have a screw about this big, this is a really small screw, and a pair of pliers, you can hold this pin in place. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of stability here. You can hold this pin in place. Take your screw and your pair of pliers. While holding this plastic piece with your pair of pliers, you want to thread in this screw, and you want to thread it in as far as you can go. And you want to go down, you know, leave just a little bit. I'm saying about, well, it just popped off, but you want to leave about this much space or clearance to where the screw is just down just a little bit. And what that'll wind up doing is that'll correct your problem, your space difference between here and the switch. And the switch will go down securely, it'll go down all the way, and your disc will start reading again, and problem solved. Granted, there are many different kinds of problems that could potentially happen, but for me, that's one of the major problems that I've found, and I haven't found any other ones. If somebody else has found another problem, that would be useful to know for me. But as for right now, that's all I know. Let's put that back in there for that. And yeah, I'd really like to know if there's any other problems, but I'd just like to tell you that problem there that I found, and hopefully it will somehow be able to help you out as well if you're having any problems with your Neo-Geo CD. But like always, I'll put up another video here soon, so thanks for watching.